Welcome Panther parents, students, and families who are tuning in to our Facebook Live, the second annual, this afternoon.
Yeah, we're here.
We are delighted to have you. My name is Cassandra Ronquillo, and I am the manager of the Chapman Fund. I also have the wonderful privilege of working directly with the Office of Parent Engagement, and I will tell you a little bit about what we do in just a quick second. But we have a wonderful team here for you guys today. On my right, parent volunteer Sharon Deacon, and then on my left, current student and orientation coordinator Bobby Carey. So thank you guys so much for being here with me today.
No worries. Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you. So as mentioned, this is Facebook Live, and it would not nearly be as fun if you weren't communicating with us and asking questions, doing shout outs and comments. Absolutely. So I encourage you to participate in the comment section below. We can't see the comments, but
it's here.
They can come here. So it is there. Please, I encourage you to answer or ask any and all questions today. Even after, once this broadcast is done, we will still be answering the questions back at the office all week, next week, whenever, just go ahead and type in a question. And also, special side note, anyone who participates with us through the comments, whether it's shout out or question, will receive a special Chapman swag item today.
Ooh.
Exciting, right?
Never have enough Chapman swag.
Never enough.
You can never have enough. So I know we're all wearing Chapman shirts.
We do.
So it's very exciting. So please, I encourage you to do so, and we'll look forward to hearing from you in just a little bit. So the Office of Parent Engagement, what do we do? We not only communicate with you on this Facebook page, so if you're watching and haven't liked it, give us a like. Also, we do monthly e-newsletters, and we are communicating with you even on campus. We are doing it in person as well. So we have our communication tailored via our parent curriculum. So what that means is that we are feeding you the right information at the right time, trying to help you go through the transitions that your student will, going from freshman to sophomore year and even senior to alum status. So we are there to help you go through those similar transitions as well. So who better to talk a little bit about our parent engagement than our wonderful Sharon Deacon? So tell us a little bit about yourself today, Sharon.
Hi, again, my name is Sharon Deacon, and my husband, John, and myself, hi, John, I know you're out there watching, have one daughter, Samantha. Hi, Samantha. She graduated in 2013, again in 2014 with her MBA, and we started volunteering in 2009 when she started, and still here today. We're a member of the XPAC, which is the Executive Parent Ambassador Council, and I actually have the privilege of being the chair of that group, and another shout out for my group of 16 parent volunteers on that group. So hi, guys, and very, very happy to be here today for my second year on Facebook Live, and yay. Welcome everybody watching.
Well, thank you so much, and we're very excited. Before I get into the rest of our program, I did want to say that we are updating our current parent information. So I did mention that we send out monthly e-newsletters. So if you haven't received it yet, because we already did send one out, go ahead and update your contact information in the form listed below. There is a link. So just to keep your communication with us, I know that sometimes it's in junk. So check that, right?
Yeah, check your spam in case.
Always be checking your email.
Yeah, but
Yes.
we send that out to you. Lots of important information comes in that, so you want to make sure you get that.
Great. Well, now let's take the focus off our parents, sorry, and
No
let's
problem.
focus on you students today. So we are welcoming a wonderful class in just 2 weeks. Move-in day and orientation will start.
It's coming up.
Yeah.
It's coming up.
That's crazy.
So
Where'd summer go, right?
Yeah.
Right, I know. Well, it's going to be even more exciting than summer now that
Absolutely.
we're approaching orientation. So you students may not realize this, but you are currently on track to becoming the newest members of our Alumni Association.
It goes
Yeah,
by fast.
I know
It goes by so fast.
I know it
flies.
sounds a little bit scary,
Time
but
flies.
it's true. And we want to recognize you as that. Chapman is a lifelong journey, really. You'll have your 4 years, but once a Panther, always a Panther, right?
Absolutely.
So we look forward to having a connection with you forever. And we're excited. So freshmen, the first year incoming class is our largest, smartest, and most diverse class that we are welcoming. We have an average GPA of 3.8 and 49 states represented in the first year.
49?
49.
Who's
Who
missing?
know? Did anyone out there know which state we're missing?
I bet Bobby knows.
I do
Bobby
know. It's North Dakota.
North
Fun
Dakota.
fact.
Dakota.
Yeah.
Wow.
North Dakota, where
Just
are you?
one state.
Why aren't you here?
Yeah, if you're watching from North Dakota, give me a call. I will take you on a tour.
Personally, won't you?
Personal tour in Chapman. Come in the winter when it's nice and sunny over here. You'll really
You'll want to
come.
come back.
All right. So we already received our first question of the day here.
Oh, nice.
So Michelle Merriman Trepke, if I said that correct. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
So we have, when and where can students buy textbooks that they will need? I mean, this is probably a perfect question.
Yeah,
for
I
you.
can talk a little about that. So to kind of just learn what textbooks you kind of need, you go on the same website, kind of student portal that you use for registering for classes. If you kind of click on that class and scroll down a little bit, you'll see kind of like required textbooks. That'll kind of show you what you need. And then as far as actually buying those textbooks, we actually have a student store that's behind the law school when you get here. There's also going to be like the same place for like financial aid, the cashier, business office. It's going to be in that little bookstore, and that's a great place to get books.
Cool.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. And then, so that's how we'll be answering the questions, so keep them coming. To go back to our admission statistics, we also have, I mentioned, the most diverse class. And something that we're very proud of is that 20% of our student body currently is a first-generation college student.
Oh, wow.
So they're the first in their family to come to college. That's exciting.
Yeah, no, I'm actually really excited about that because I myself am a first-generation student, and look at me now. So yeah, no, so for all you first-gen students out there, like, you guys are in great hands. This is a great, great place, and I'm excited to welcome you.
That's awesome.
Great. Well, that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
It's
no
very
worries.
meaningful.
Absolutely.
So, first-year students, congratulations and welcome to Chapman. Round of applause.
Really?
That's wonderful.
Congratulations, all of you.
Yeah,
coming.
you guys
Wow.
are quite impressive, and we'll look forward to welcoming you here in just a couple of short weeks. And so, Bobby, we're going to use a lot of orientation lingo. I hear OC, OL, any other Chapman lingo that goes around. So tell us a little bit about yourself, and then you're an OC, so tell them what that means.
Yeah. So a lot of acronyms at Chapman, as you'll soon learn. So
are a lot
OLs, we'll be talking about a lot. Those are orientation leaders. So those are going to be upperclassmen who are going to be assisting throughout orientation, just kind of helping incoming students know where to go. You're going to meet, orientation leaders, of your same major. And then I myself am an OC, which is an orientation coordinator. I'm on a team of three other students, Zach, Julia, and Maria, if you guys are watching. Thanks for stopping by. And we're kind of supervising those orientation leaders. A little bit about myself. I'm originally from Roseville, California. I'm a senior animation and visual effects major. On campus, I'm involved in the professional cinematic fraternity Delta Kappa Alpha. I'm also on the PR and ad chair for the Players Society, which is one of the very many theater clubs we have here on campus.
Wow.
But far and away, my favorite experience at Chapman has been being an orientation coordinator. I'm so excited for orientation this year. We have a great set of programs ready for this incoming class. So you guys are going to learn a lot about it. I'm so excited to welcome you guys, and thanks for having me on here today. I'm really excited.
Yay. Well, thank you for being here with us today. You'll give wonderful student perspective and insight with parent insight and staff, and I defer to them. So we're very excited for that today. So what to expect in the coming weeks? I know move-in is on a lot of people's minds here, and even students that aren't moving in orientation and starting that out. So by now, students, I hope you've received your information. You should have, and you should have already communicated with your roommates. If you haven't, please do so ASAP.
Check your Panther email. It's
Always
there.
check the
Yes,
email.
we are now communicating with you through your @chapman.edu email. So go ahead and make sure that you guys are logging into that daily and checking your portals and making sure that you're completing your orientation checklist. And students, parents, make sure they're doing that. So before we dive into just some tips on move-in and orientation, please continue to answer the questions in the comment bar. Ask questions in the comment box
Please do.
below.
Yeah.
Because
So-
you're getting swag, right? So
Yeah, you get
Free
swag.
stuff. Yeah.
And we get to talk to you directly. So, Bobby, I know you moved in, just a few short years ago as well. What were some of the helpful things? I've heard a lot of buzzwords like micro fridge, mattress pad. I don't know. Like, what do students need?
Yeah, so just kind of some general things to kind of just keep in mind, when you're kind of, planning on moving in. We'll talk about moving day a little bit after this. All your beds are going to be twin XL. So when you're out buying sheets at IKEA or whatever, make sure you're buying the right sheets because it's a really awkward trip to Target if you kind of show up with the wrong sheets. As far as mattress pads go, I could not recommend getting one more. It's a great investment, and students, you'll thank me. So yeah, and then as far as micro fridges go, it's a great service that the residence halls actually offer. You can actually order a micro fridge for your room off the Chapman website. It's around $190, and you can kind of coordinate, splitting the cost with your roommates. And it's really awesome because when you order online, and they actually put it in your room before you move in.
yeah, it's there when you get
Yeah,
there.
it's there and then they pick it up when you move out. So
Yes.
it's a great little resource if you're like me and you like a late night snack during
Yes.
midterms. It's kind of right then and there. I was a big popcorn person.
There you go.
Oh, I love
My
popcorn.
freshman. Oh my goodness, yeah. And then having the microwave just right in your room, easy peasy.
That's
And
perfect.
actually, if you want a microwave, that's the only way you can
Yes.
have a microwave.
Yes,
You're not allowed
absolutely.
to bring one besides that. Now, if you want just a refrigerator and you don't want the microwave, you can bring a refrigerator. I
Yeah.
believe
There's
it's
a size limit,
four
yeah.
cubic feet,
4
right?
cubic
there.
feet's the size limit for
Yeah.
refrigerators. Yeah.
So, but if you want a microwave, you do need to order it that way. And I couldn't agree with you more on the mattress pad. As a mom, I felt that the mattresses were clean, very well taken care of, what have you. But if you have a princess like I do, sorry, Sammy, the mattress pad, a definite must. Definite must.
Yeah, so I think those are the most popular questions that we've had throughout the summer, and just some of the most helpful tips I think we could all agree that we've heard feedback from. So write those down, and we encourage you to get that. The micro fridge is wonderful. You get a microwave and a fridge. Okay, so we do have quite a bit of questions, so let's see if we can breeze through some of these here.
Awesome.
Sure.
So one, Jay Akaria. Forgive me if I pronounce it wrong.
Hi, Jay.
Hello, Jay.
We're sorry, we tried.
So how do the students request lofted beds? Perfect.
Yeah,
Anyone?
so on move-in day, facilities is actually going to have a little kind of like stand kind of set up. If you kind of get in your room, you want a lofted bed, you actually just can go right down to their little setup. You fill out a form, just kind of like what room you're in, what residence hall you're in, and then you can submit that, and they'll actually come to your room and loft it for you. I don't recommend lofting them yourselves. Facilities are there just to make sure everything is safe and they do it correctly.
And they have a full crew on. They're very good about getting
yeah,
us
they're
as soon
awesome.
as they can.
They're awesome. I think the only thing I would say is, there's a lot of people on move-in day. A lot of people are going to be wanting to loft their beds. So if
Yes.
you do want to use that service, just be patient.
Patience is a key word of the day.
Absolutely, yeah. Anything move-in, just be patient.
Great. Well, thank you, and hope that answered that. Jay does have another question here. Do the students have to maintain their bathroom in the dorms, or is there a maid? Now, this is a great question.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. It's up to them.
Yeah.
The beauty of Chapman is students have their own bathroom. If most of the dorms, you either have your own bathroom for the 3 students who are in there, or some of the rooms, depending upon the dorm, have suited bathrooms where 2 rooms of the 3 students share the bathroom, but they are in charge of maintaining those themselves. So there's lots of different helpful hints, those toilet scrubbers, the disposable ones that you flush when you're done washing them. Different helpful hints.
These are life lessons.
But the life lessons are good. I know
Have to
we
do
had
it.
kind of cleaning 101 at home with Samantha before she left.
Yeah.
But
And as a former RA, I can say what works 100% of the time is a chore chart.
Ooh.
Sit
There you
down
go.
with the
Sorry.
roommates, make out a chore chart, who's going to clean on this day, who's going to get the weekends. And a lot of the bathroom supplies is actually, the things that you will be communicating with your roommates to kind of split. The bath mat, the shower curtain, the plunger is a big one. You don't realize you need it until you need it.
thank you, Maria, for
Yes.
that helpful hint.
Yes, thanks, Maria. That's her
so
tip.
just have one. Just put it away somewhere. Someone on your floor will need it, so I've heard.
Yep, absolutely. And, you can be the hero if you can be like,
Be a
oh,
hero.
yeah, here it is. So.
And in the long run, it's much nicer than having a bathroom down the hall that 40
Yes.
students are sharing at some, like they have at some other universities. So
Yes,
Absolutely.
no, this will be perfect, and it'll be a very good tip for them in the
Yeah,
future.
absolutely.
So let's do a couple more questions, and we'll get back. We
Great.
have Michelle Pierce-Kavesh. Hello, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
When should students get their textbooks? After school starts now, or what?
I can kind
This
of
is a good
I can
student
kind of
question,
talk
yeah.
about So I really recommend waiting like the first week of classes because some of the times the professor it'll say on the website, but then the professor might say something different. So I know that when I was a first year student, I was really I was on it. I wanted to make sure that I was all prepared for school. So I got all my textbooks ready to go. But then that first week, my professor's like, oh yeah, it says it on the website, but we're actually not really going to use it. And I was like, oh well, shoot, man, that sucks. But yeah, so definitely wait a little bit, just kind of talk to your professor, see how heavily you're going to be using the book,
Yeah.
and then because books are an investment. So you want to make sure.
I was one of those parents who was guilty, telling my daughter, no, you have to have every book before school starts. And I made her buy every book before the first day of school. So I'm publicly now apologizing to you, Samantha,
Yes.
that I made you have every book.
Listen
but I did
here.
loosen up after. So parents,
Yeah.
heed my advice now. Do not make them buy every book before the first day of school because she probably didn't use half of them. So
Yeah.
listen to Bobby, parents, and
Yeah, so
don't make them buy every book
After
before
that
the first day
first
of
week
class.
is a great time.
Yeah, so You heard it here. That is a great
Yes.
tip. I have heard that
That's-
as well
that's-
here. Is to wait. With Amazon Prime and everything, you can get them pretty quickly. You don't have to wait
Love
the
Amazon
huge long
Prime.
days. And we have the lockers here too.
Yes.
All right, so I know we have a few questions more, but we'll address them in a little bit. So moving on to campus. So move-in is definitely an experience for everyone.
That's a good
It's
word.
an
It's one
experience.
word for it.
You have some wonderful words to say about it that like kind of encompass the vibe of move-in.
Move in. I like to call it organized chaos.
Yes.
Yep, that's exactly
Because I've volunteered at Move In now for 8 years now. Organized chaos. It's done very, very well. Again, patience is a buzzword. Your student will have gotten their move-in time. They should have by now. Again, check your Panther email if they don't know. But adhere to that move-in time first off. And they're done that way to alleviate congestion in the residence halls, in congestion on the stairs, the elevators, or what have you. But come at your time, you'll be allowed to pull your car up very close to the dormitory that your student is moving into. You'll have about an hour's time to move everything out of your car up to your student's dorm. You won't be setting everything up in that hour, obviously. There'll be carts for you to utilize to move everything up to the room. Then you will move your car to another parking lot. There'll be lots of the OLs and parent volunteers around. In fact, the
Yes.
parent council will have different booths around the dormitories where you will have food and water and snacks
Yes.
for you, during the day. But you'll move everything up, then you'll move your car. Then the next group will move their car into that area. So very, very helpful. We'll have maps. There's a Target, a Bed Bath & Beyond. There's a Walmart. All these stores really close by. And in fact, Bed Bath & Beyond even has a pop-up shop here on
Yes,
campus.
yes.
We've had that for a few years. Really, really helpful. So it goes really, really smoothly.
Yeah, there's a lot of help that day. I mean, we'll all be there. It's
Absolutely.
people want to be there for move-in. It's really fun, and everyone's there to help you. So please reach out to anyone,
Absolutely.
staff, students, volunteers. Will direct you as such. A helpful tip that I heard from a lot of parents is actually Bed Bath & Beyond and Target have these scanning programs where it's like you're registering for your wedding.
It's great.
It's exactly like a wedding
Yeah.
registry. You just kind of go to the store, you kind of see a store that's local to you, you scan what you need, and then when you come down, to move in, you just stop by, a Target and then just pick everything up.
I mean,
It's
literally,
all
you don't have
packaged
to
up.
fill a cart. No matter where you live across the United States, you hit the scanner, you check out at your local store, and then you show up at the one nearest here at customer service. They have it all bundled up for you, and then you bring it here to Chapman.
Yes, and with more than 75% of our class coming from more than 75 miles away, so I know there's a lot of you out-of-towners that are probably watching this. That is an awesome resource. If you haven't done it already, I would definitely recommend doing that too, so you don't have to lug things onto a plane or pack it in your car. It really is helpful. Another helpful tip I know we've talked about with amongst other parents and students is a car and the fees that go along with that. So what was your experience?
Yeah, so every student kind of has that parking permit, fee, in their tuition on the get-go. If you're not bringing a car, you can actually, go online. There's a link that you can kind of use that'll kind of be sent out in an email sooner rather than later to kind of get that fee waived. So if you're like me, first year didn't come to school with a car, just kind of, go online, make sure you kind of, apply to get that fee waived, and then you'll be good to go. The beauty of Chapman is that it's small enough. Everything's within walking distance, so not having a car is not the end of the world. So
You can get around.
And if you
anywhere.
decide second semester you're going to send your student a car, you can go back on and then just get the parking permit for the
and
second
just,
can
semester.
add it, yeah.
absolutely. And even if you don't have a car, there's Uber, Lyft, the Panther Village shuttles are awesome.
Yes.
We have zip cars if your student just needs
There's
a
the
car for a
train.
small amount of time.
Yeah, the
The train
train.
station
yeah,
is really close.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So a lot of
Lots of
resources.
options.
And the circle is wonderful. I mean, we have plenty of food options and wonderful eateries on campus, and I feel like
Absolutely.
you're probably not going to leave as much as you may think. But even if you walk down the street, there's, 2 other Starbuckses in addition to the one we have on campus. My favorite.
Options.
So
We're covered.
you're good here. Let's address a couple questions here. We have Terry Carmichael Austin. Hi, Terry.
Terry.
Hey.
Says, my daughter filled out the information for her student ID. When will she receive it? You probably know this.
So yeah, your student will receive their ID on the first day, right when they move in. They'll go and you check into your residence hall, and the RAs there will actually be like, oh, here you are, here's your ID number, and that ID will actually be coded for your room as well. So your ID is also your room key. That brings me to also another good point I wanted to kind of go over. You have 2 places that you need to check in on that first day. You check in first to your residence hall for residence residence check-in, and then you also have to check in for orientation. So two separate spots, you know, wherever you're going to be living, if you're living on campus, make sure you're checking in both to your residence hall. That's where you'll get your ID, your room, you know, your card coded for your room, and then go check in. It'll be on campus for orientation. And that'll be also where you get like a bunch of, you know, awesome swag. You know,
Swag,
check
all
in.
that
So
swag.
really,
Yes.
really awesome.
Perfect. One quick question, I think, before we dive into orientation here is from, let's see, Kelly Frey Haskell. So can you request your bed? Hi, Kelly. Can you request your bed be lofted prior to move-in?
I don't think so.
I don't think
think
necessarily,
it has
because
to be
I don't think you're going to know till you get to your room
With
at
your
what height
roommates.
your bed
Exactly.
is.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say, you know, that first day is going to be when you can loft your bed.
Yeah, and you'll have to sign off with all your roommates to make sure that the configuration is what you three want. So when everyone gets there and you kind of figure out how you want your room, it'll be finalized then. So we just wait until then. And then this one from Jennifer Hood Pawlowski.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer. Do students need to buy shower curtains for dorm rooms? Yes.
Yes. Yep.
You do?
Absolutely.
But communicate
But
with
only
your
one,
roommates.
so
Yes.
yeah, talk to your roommates. You don't need three.
So let's move on. Here we have freshman parent orientation kicks off with move-in, but it is August 21st and 22nd. So 2 wonderful days for parent orientation.
And transfer orientation.
And transfer parent orientation is on August 23rd. So students, don't forget, you must register you and your parents or whoever's moving you in or participating in orientation with you. The link is below. So make sure if you haven't already to please register. And you can register 2 people?
You can
Is it?
register up to 2 people for free. If you want to have additional guests, you can. There is a small fee, and that's to cover meals. I will say that a lot of things going on during orientation would probably be boring. It's not that they're inappropriate, but just a lot of different kind of seminars or things
very
like
informational.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, very
informational is probably
informational.
the best word for it. So probably not necessarily that younger brothers, sisters would enjoy. So probably more of a parent thing, but.
So, so we have quite an itinerary for you all for not only parent orientation, but student orientation. But before we get into the exciting student ones, I know you love that. Let's talk a little bit about parent orientation. So for those students that are moving on campus for their first year, move-in is your first official event of orientation.
Yes.
So, you know, you'll have your time, you'll get there, and that kind of will kick off your 2 days and students your week of orientation.
Yes.
And, you know, we have a wine and cheese, opening convocation, and what was that like as a parent?
Lots of stuff. Lots of fun. Lots of
Yes.
fun, actually. Move-in day number 1, generally hottest day of the year, almost always. So please dress for comfort, not for fashion. But after moving in all day, whatever your time is and doing your thing, we start with dinner.
Yes.
And everyone goes to dinner. Great time, right about 5 o'clock, I want to say. Schedule, I think, is already up. And you know what? In fact, I think there is an app, isn't there?
There is an app.
Yeah, so if you
It's
actually go
perfect.
online, if you go to the App Store or Google Play, it's CU Panther Experience. So like the letters CU and then Panther Experience. Amazing tool,
Yes.
amazing resource.
Nice.
You go on, you have like all the schedules are on there.
Because families and
and
students,
students.
right?
Yeah, campus map, all like a list of
Yeah.
upcoming events.
Nice.
Great tool, great tool. Even after orientation, you know, students are using it to kind of like you know
yeah.
communicate, look for upcoming events.
Yeah.
So definitely download that.
Just didn't want to
Yeah.
forget that because
You
parents
can't
are
get
living on
lost.
it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we have dinner. Then after dinner, everyone goes to convocation, which is kind of the big grand opening of the school
Yes.
year. I almost call it kind of the reverse of graduation.
Yeah.
So that's a big, neat ceremony. Then after that, for parents, we have wine and cheese reception, which we have wine and beer and other beverages if you're so inclined, and food for you. And then the next day, we have a full day of programming for parents.
Yes.
We have different seminars on making the transition to kind of help you do that. We have a parent and student panel. We have a panel on Greek life. We also, Parent Engagement and Parent Ambassador Council has a booth for you to talk with other parents. We have lawn games. We have a photo booth, all kinds of fun going on. And then we have a very special ceremony that evening that we don't tell you about, but it doesn't start till 8:15 because it's kind of a surprise. But it starts at 8:15 after dark, so especially those of you parents from far away who are traveling. It doesn't start till late, so if you're traveling, I know our local airport, John Wayne here, doesn't have flights that go out very late.
Yes.
So we want to make sure you stay for that. And there is a small reception after that. So plan on staying for that. It's a lot of fun. Then parent orientation for new students does end that, but then we have transfer orientation
the next day.
on Thursday the 23rd, which is a full day of programming for you families. We have Panther Pride brunch that day. We also have our parent booth again with our photos and our lawn games and all kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah,
So
parents-
lots and lots happening for parents.
Exactly. You won't want to miss it. I think it's
No.
quite an exciting time. We were running around last year. There's so much to do.
It's a lot to
Meals.
do.
The parent booth is extremely well put on. And come say hi, Sharon will be there.
I'll be there all 3 days. I'm
He'll
going to
be
be there
with
all
the
3
students.
days. I look forward to seeing all of you. So
it's really fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
And then I know we talked a little bit about move-in, so I did want to say, parents, if you have students that are commuting, we'll talk about when their social will start, but there's a parent and student commuter social, so that's where your orientation will kick off as well. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about that right
yeah,
now.
I can touch a little bit of that. So if you're not going to be living at a residence hall and you're going to be a commuter student, we're actually going to be kicking off your orientation with a commuter student social. It's going to be a really awesome event starting at 4 on Tuesday the 21st, and it's going to be a really, really awesome event. We're going to have current commuter students there to kind of mix and mingle. We're going to have refreshments, snacks. We're going to have representatives from the residence life office kind of there giving some presentations, and it's just going to be a great, great way just to kind of...
Isn't there ice cream?
There might be ice cream.
There's ice cream.
Just a rumor.
I know. I think me and Sharon will stop by.
Yeah. Where
Ice
is this
cream.
again?
It's going to be an arduous form.
Yes.
Write that down.
I know.
Yeah,
The ice
absolutely.
cream before dinner.
Before dinner.
That'll be perfect.
Okay, yeah.
The Chapman way.
We will be there.
Not sure if I should say it that way. Well, so that's kind of where transfer, commuter, and first-year Res Life students will start. So that's a little overview of what'll happen. Parents, we have a lot of programming for you, so please don't miss it. We also have the Chapman University Family Night at Angels Game. If you're happen to stay the week on Saturday, August 25th, you can purchase tickets. I believe
That's
we have the
gonna
link
be a
below.
lot of fun.
It should be fun. You
That's
get
gonna be
Chapman
great.
branded hats, and you'll just be with every member of the Chapman family.
There's
your
a big
students.
tailgate going on that
Exactly.
day before the game. It's
So
a lot of fun.
it'll be a lot of fun. A question that we always get is from students if they're coming from out of town and parents like, where do I stay? And I know you have the perfect answer for this.
Absolutely. Perfect place to stay, Eris Hotel.
Yes.
Eris Hotel, they have
Love
3
Eris.
locations here. Absolutely, right?
Love 'em.
They have 3 locations. They have the Orange location, Anaheim, and ALO.
Yes.
Absolutely beautiful properties, and they're friends of Chapman. Love Chapman. Tell them you're Panther or with Chapman, and they give you a discount.
Yeah.
And
they
they're-
have really good cookies.
Okay, they also have cookies.
So grab a cookie, come to the ice cream commuter social.
No, great properties. I've had friends and family stay there. I've stayed there myself, and they're just great. And they're all very, very close to Chapman.
Yeah.
Very local.
So thank
Absolutely.
you. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Let's answer a couple questions here before
Great.
we move on to the
Oh, great.
student orientation experience. So let's see. We did that one. So Barry Candle. Hi, Barry.
Hi, Barry.
Hey, Barry.
Can students park overnight on campus Monday the 20th if they are moving Tuesday the 21st? And that's a good question.
Yeah. So once you kind of move in, that's your room is your room. You have that space. So absolutely, yeah.
To move in on the 20th.
So
I
they're
think
asking if they can move to park
the day
night
before.
The day
So-
before.
We recommend contacting
a good
the
question.
residence hall to,
Yeah.
cover the case-by-case basis is because, we do have an influx of students moving in. We have
Yes.
over 1,000 students. So I would contact them. We can give you the extension of their number below as well. So
Great question.
that was really fun. Thank you. Jody Binstock. Hi, Jody.
Hi, Jody.
What are the differences between freshman orientation and transfer orientation if students are living in apartments versus dorms?
Yeah, so we kind of talked a little bit about, I'm sure we're going to get into kind of the different
student.
events and for students, but transfers are going to have a lot of more programs geared toward them. They're going to meet, obviously they'll have, upperclassmen, they'll have programs kind of geared toward making the transition to Chapman. It's not going to be a whole lot of like welcome to college life kind of
Yes,
deal.
because they've already had that. If
Yeah,
they
they
went
know what they're
somewhere-
doing.
Yeah.
It's mostly just welcome to Chapman. You're kind of getting, more, acclimated to the Chapman environment. And we're going to have a lot of awesome programs. I know we're going to be doing a trip to Boomers for our transfer students,
fun.
which is a really awesome place. Almost
Very
like an
cool.
arcade mini golf
Yes.
type place.
Oh,
Yeah,
that sounds
really,
awesome.
really fun.
Oh,
I know
that's
my OC Julie has been working really, really hard to put together an awesome transfer program.
Oh, fun.
So you guys are in for a good time. And then do we want to just kind of go right into new student?
Let's go.
orientation?
Let's
Yeah.
go into student orientation. I know we want to talk about the student
Yeah,
experience.
I'm dying to talk about it. Yeah,
Go ahead.
so orientation is by far my favorite time, during the year. It's a really, really awesome. The energy on campus is just, incredible. You know, we're going to have an entire week of just incredible programs where students are going to be able to come and kind of learn, you know, what it's like to be a student at Chapman, what it's like to, you know, be in this family, in this community. They're going to meet upperclassmen from their same major who's going to be able to kind of talk a little bit about their program. They're going to meet incoming students that are also going to be their majors. So they'll have friends that they'll be taking classes with, you know, and they'll, you know, be making those relationships and connections before they even set foot in a classroom.
Wow.
You know, they're going to be meeting faculty from their school to kind of get an insight of what their program's going to look like. And then, you know, all between, you know, the information stuff, we're going to be doing games, activities, a really, you know, whole slew of just these really fun events. One of the events I'm really looking forward to is Chapman After Dark, which is going to be, it's gonna,
Can we talk about that?
no, it's going to be a really, really fun time. It's going to be all the residence halls. Each one is going to be having kind of different programs. We're going to have games, live music, and just, you know, a lot of fun. We're going to have like a dessert bar. So
more
more
dessert.
cookies, more ice cream, you know,
More dessert.
just getting all the sugar in the new students. And then if kind of like the live music, high energy isn't really kind of your deal, we're going to be having kind of like a paint and sip. Which is going to be like, you know, a place where you can go and get apple cider. We're going to have like an OL kind of teaching, you know, kind of like think like Bob Ross with apple cider. You know, it's going to be really, really awesome.
Oh my gosh, well that sounds a lot of fun. So I know it should be exciting for both parents and students alike. We have plenty of programs and activities for you all, and we look forward to having you be accustomed and welcomed formally to Chapman during those 2 days for parents, 1 day for transfer parents, and then the whole week for students. So I know I have quite a bit of questions here, but some of them are very dorm specific. I have heard that on YouTube, if you type in the dorm in Chapman University, there are a ton of videos. You can see how other students who are living in them last year or years prior, how they configure their dorms. And I just wanted to mention that, because I don't think we'll have enough time to go into
And we're
every
going to definitely keep
in depth,
answering these
and we'll
after.
answer them even after this. But YouTube is a great resource. I've heard.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm sure you've looked at that. I know you have. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's a lot of fun. So if you have any more move-in or orientation questions, please keep them coming. We'll continue to answer them. We already talked about the CU app, so make sure to download that.
Absolutely.
And so our next exciting event that Chapman puts on, which I'm extremely excited for, is the Chapman Family Homecoming on October 11th through 13th.
Lots
We're
of
kicking
fun.
it off with the opening of our Keck Center for Science and Engineering, which we are so excited for.
Absolutely.
And then we ended on the 13th, the football game, a tailgate, chili cook-off, master classes. I mean, I was there last year. I saw you. It was like a big block party. It's so much fun. It's
a lot of
7
fun.
weeks after orientation. So this is a great time to come and visit your student, come back to campus, and this is a place where it's for the entire family.
Absolutely.
And how has that been for you? I know
it's great.
Pretty fun.
It's a lot of fun. Number one, that's the time to bring back brothers, sisters, grandparents, everybody
Yeah.
come back. It's just a lot of fun. It's great fun. I think one of my favorites is a chili cook-off
Yes.
because you get to, okay, yes, I might have won a ribbon or two.
Maybe.
But it's a lot of fun. You know, you get teams, students teams, parents teams, everybody comes. It's just a lot of fun. The football game, I think we're playing Occidental this year, aren't we?
Yes, yeah.
So it's just a lot of fun. It's a fun weekend of all kinds of events that are going on. Lots to do.
There's over 60 different activities for not only families and
There's a
parents,
lot
but
to
also
do.
the students. Really,
Yeah.
it's kind of a whole fun for the entire family. We have the registration link. It's live now, actually.
Yeah, you can
So-
register now.
Yeah, so
and
you can
make your
register
hotel
now.
reservations at Airs now.
There you go.
You can already make those
Yes,
reservations.
and you can
too.
get the Chapman discount. So go ahead and register. Mark your calendars, October 11th through 13th. The registration is posted in the comment section as well. And it's just a really good time to visit. I know you've probably seen your parents or even your roommates' parents during homecoming.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know, what's cool is that, you know, orientation, it's all about kind of going through all this new environment, you know, with your, you know, families and your parents, you know, together. But then homecoming. Homecoming is really a time just to kind of, you know, show them, what it's all like, what's being a student is like, and kind of showing them, where's your favorite study, spot on campus. So this is where, I edit, the films that I work on, just all that stuff like that, kind of showing
Their
them the kind of
dorms will be
ins and outs.
clean too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's a good time to clean them.
Yeah, it's really, really awesome.
Yes,
It's really awesome.
It's really fun. And students, it's a good time to show your parents where you're studying and that you're actually studying as well. So and then they can meet your friends and see your very clean dorm room as well.
It's just a fun time to come back and spend some
It
time
is.
with your student after
Yes.
they've got acclimated and you kind of see what they're doing. And it's neat to see them enjoying themselves and having such a good time on campus.
Exactly. And I've heard that it is wonderful to come back and see your student happy. I know you could be worried, but they have their friends and their favorite spots on campus, and this is their home. So I know they're extra excited to show you guys what they've experienced. So another wonderful event, if you're looking at your calendar and planning ahead just as I do, you'll also mark October 11th through 13th, but also our Parent Spring Summit put on by the Office of Parent Engagement, February 22nd and 23rd. It's a huge, fun, informative event as well. A little bit more fun and informative too. We have the State of the University. We have breakout sessions. We get exposure from a lot of our campus partners, the Office of Career and Professional Development, academic advising. We do international programs and study abroad. So parents, this is when you get to ask those questions like, what should my student do? They're a sophomore, a junior, or they're a freshman, and what should they be doing if they want to study abroad, or how is their advising going? So that kind of gives you a little bit input on what is going on. You know, we do the parent curriculum when we're talking about the transitioning from year to year. So this is kind of a neat time to come back to campus and partake in some of the classes and sessions we have. And I know I saw you this last year. We were running around and working it. Tons of our parent volunteers help out with this. So what is Parent Spring Summit like for you?
It's a lot of fun. It's it's really, really informative and kind of helps parents get ready for that next year. You know, it's nearing the end of the semester, and parents can come and learn, again, like you said with the curriculum, what to look forward to and how to plan for that next year. If you're a freshman parent going into sophomore year, you're going to learn about things like housing options for the next year or study abroad. Maybe, and if you're a junior parent looking toward the senior year, you're going to hear about graduation. We even have some parents whose student meet them there and learn about, you know, preparing the resume or job applications, things like that. So it's really, really informative. There's also some great faculty master classes.
Yes.
And you can hear from some of our professors, the same professors that are teaching your students.
You can feel like a student again, parents.
It's amazing. It's a great time.
It's really fun. And I know you probably saw a bunch of parents on campus, and we have hundreds of people coming to Parent Spring
a lot
Summit.
of people, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I could not recommend it enough.
Well, that's wonderful. That is an event from the Office of Parent Engagement, where we also do have a lot of volunteering opportunities at this event. Sharon, you've been volunteering with us for a bit. Do you want
For a while now.
We won't say. But so what has that been like? What is it like volunteering at Chapman? What does that mean?
It's awesome, actually. I love volunteering, hence why I'm still here, despite my daughter already graduating. I absolutely love volunteering. We have a great group of volunteers, and we always are looking for more volunteers. If a student is watching this, we're not in the classroom with you, so don't worry. In fact, we do have a volunteer night coming up. If you're a local parent who's interested in volunteering on September 5th, I think we're going to have a link here for you guys to sign up to come to that. But if you're a parent who's not locally, we are looking for parents all across the United States. We have things like welcome receptions that we just are finishing up. We had 41 of these this summer, and we're looking for parents all across. You can volunteer in your own home, your own hometown. We're always looking for people, so give our office a call because we'd love to have you come volunteer with us. Also, we're always looking for people. Chapman has what they call their Think Chapman First, which is where our alumni, our parents, everyone in our Chapman family, if you're looking for new grads to hire, interns, anytime you're looking for an employee or anything, we're asking you to think Chapman first. Panthers make absolutely excellent workers. Our company, my daughter was not interested in what we do, which was fine. We're okay with that. What she wants to do is great for her. But to date, I think we're in the midst of hiring our 15th intern and all Chapman students, and they're absolutely amazing. And at Chapman, we're family, and when you're family, you look at family first. And so they've been some great people, and so we'd absolutely love to talk to you about that.
That is awesome. I'm sure everyone's glad to hear that. Not only do they hire student interns, and I know that you're approaching, this is your senior year, but you should also know that they hire alumni too. We're looking for that as well. And so I know, that probably brings some joy for you.
Yeah, just a little bit.
With some less stress.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah, that's what they say the senior year.
Yeah, we're cruising. We're cruising. We're having fun while we can.
Well, that's good. Well, that's where our Office of Career and Professional Development is there for you. I know you've had friends have mentioned that have gone there for help.
Yeah, a lot of internships and a lot of job opportunities. Even just for the connections, it's a great office.
Yeah. So if you are looking to volunteer in any capacity, please contact our office directly. We'd love to plug you in where you would like to be plugged in. If you want to hire Chapman students or alumni, we can do that. If you want to come to Parent Spring Summit, say you're only here for that weekend, we welcome you to come help us with our check-in tables, homecoming, any other events. We have a ton of them, and we welcome you on campus for that. And all you have to do is call, email, you can probably even text to get in contact with us, and we'll be here to welcome you guys. I don't know if you have any closing words for the move-in before we end our program.
You know what?
For the students.
We're really excited to have you guys. This is just going to be, I know it's a really exciting time, I'm sure. This summer's probably really stressful, very busy. but just be excited. Be really, really excited. Attend as many events as you can. You get one orientation. You get one first year of college. I tell everyone, you get one first year of college, one orientation week. So I implore you, take advantage of it. Just because this is going to be the week and the time that you look back on years from now and remember fondly. So.
Well, that's wonderful. And students, you will see Bobby or an orientation, so make sure to say hi.
All over.
And then Sharon, any words of wisdom for our parents watching?
Parents, just have patience and know that everything you've done for the last 17 to 18 years, it's going to be okay. And come see me. I'll give you a hug and give you a tissue, and it's going to be okay. I promise you. You're going to be surprised how well they do. I promise.
Aw. Well, students, if you're watching, we did mention at the very beginning, and we'll come full circle here, is that you should recognize that you are on track to becoming the newest members of our Alumni Association. And it is hard to realize, but we did talk about the first year to all the way hiring interns and alumni. So we want you to know that there is a deep alumni connection here at Chapman. Like our Office of Parent Engagement, we have the Office of Alumni Engagement. And you may not think of it now, but this will be a journey that we're all going to go through together. And you'll graduate and you'll have the Office of Alumni Engagement for you there too. Once a Panther, always a Panther. Chapman is, they always say your career connection for life, but Chapman is for life, and you will always be connected here. Chapman is home for you. So I just want to thank Sharon and Bobby. You guys have been wonderful today.
Thank you so
I've
much.
had such a good time, and I really look forward to doing this with you guys. But on behalf of Chapman University, I want to thank all of our campus partners out there. We could not do our job without you all. It's wonderful connecting internally and externally with all of you. So continue to please send your questions over. We will answer them. But on behalf of Chapman University and all of us here today, welcome to Chapman, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.